In a game of 82 characters, the character that you call your main is very essential. And for me, I would pick Meta Knight. And I know it'll be hard to convince you, but that's why today I got me a special guest. Please welcome Shred.
I need the editor to put in the intro animation for Galactonite from Kirby, wait, what is it called? Frick! Hello everybody.
Now that I have an experienced man I play with me, this video will be a breeze. So let's begin with how Meta Knight plays. How do you think Meta Knight usually gets kills? Often many people will be like, oh, this is up here combos and all that jazz. No. Mainly his main kill option would be his edge guarding, because he is the king of edge guarding.
Yeah, in a game where being off stage is death, the character has 6 jumps and falls slow, so that means he can actually hover off stage without falling into the blast zone for an extended period of time. That's probably way longer than any other character can stay afloat, so they have to engage Meta Knight off stage, and that usually speaks the end of your stock.
Another thing that Meta Knight really has going for him that's very strong would be his stellar recovery.
He's got the Ben 10 watch of recoveries. He can literally dimensional cape, he can use his side B, drill rush, and curve in any direction he wants. He can also choose for dimensional cape, as I mentioned earlier. He can do an attack or not. And he has shuttle loop, which is an amazing vertical recovery. And there's actual ways to make it so you only do one loop so you can mix up timing. The character's recovery is definitely top 2 in this game, 100%.
Meta Knight's main combo starters would often be seen as his down tilt, his dash attack, his neutral air, his down air, his back air, and also whenever he gets a grab, if he's lucky enough to get a grab, it would always be his down throw. So then what do you do when you get your combo started? Well, you do a lot of damage because Meta Knight has the combo potential of a god.
There's a reason people call this character Air Luigi. Instead of doing the traditional Luigi 0 to death, this character will up air you and bring you all the way out the blast zone.
Air Luigi?
Yeah. Luigi. If you haven't heard that, you're not on twitter.com. But to be fair, people say like FGC Luigi is Kazuya and double Luigi, I think they call Ices.
So Kazuya is just grinded Luigi. Ices is just
FGC.
double.
Kazuya is FGC Luigi. Yeah.
It's FGC Luigi. I'm discovering this. This is brand new. I feel like I just have been reborn to the internet. Now I learned this new stuff.
Yeah, well, actually, wait. It's actually x.com now.
Oh my god. Elon, you fool! Meta Knight can finish the stock really quickly with a combination of Meta Knight's edge guarding, his recovery, which means he can go really deep.
Meta Knight is one of the only characters in the game that would prefer an opponent at 0% over 100% just because of how fast he can take a stock with his deadly combos.
That's true. I hate finding characters whenever they're a high percentage like Bowser.
Yep, that character struggles.
Sakurai usually makes his character based off something, whether it be like Kirby making him based off a god, essentially. And with Meta Knight, you can really see the fact that his play is really like a swordsman. In traditional sword fights, often enough, the person who makes the first move is the one who loses. Meta Knight's playstyle is if you make a bad move, you would get countered to hell. And that's why I really gotta appreciate Sakurai when he made Meta Knight's playstyle.
Yeah, and Sakurai based Galactonite off perfection.
The way he based Morphinite off of. I'm thinking like a bushfire or something.
Pretty much. He basically just set him on fire. Can you do an animation of Galactonite just being set on fire and turned into Morphinite? Because that's basically what happened, and they ruined him! I mean, no, he's still cool. So, Meta Knight being what is often considered a mid-tier, you wouldn't expect him to have really good matchups against top tiers. But the character actually does have a handful of matchups against top tiers that makes him pretty useful as a counter pick. The only difference being that he doesn't body the rest of the cast like most other top tiers that have a good matchup spread. Some characters that Meta Knight does well against that are top tiers are, for example, Peach, Joker, I'm trying to think of more. Oh, Pyramithra?
Kazuya?
Yeah, even Kazuya, some people think he does really well. And as well as characters that are like high tier, like Lucina.
Maybe Cloud isn't that more. Because I'm thinking like with Spargo makes him look top tier.
No, he actually does do well against Cloud. Yeah, Cloud's another one. I think he does do well against Cloud, and I think Cloud is like top of high tier, probably.
Actually, it just made me remind me that there is like an official now ultimate tier list that people hate.
Yeah, I was actually with T3 Dom when he got like reached out to for being a contributor to it. Like we were walking around and getting food, and then he got a message from someone who like works with the people who made the official tier list, and they said like, here, we want your opinions, and gave him a form where he had to rank the characters. But yeah, let's continue
to now talking about Meta Knight's sadly underwhelming parts of him being his cons. Starting off with, Meta Knight is a really hard character to learn. He has a very, very steep learning curve.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason why there's actually not that many Meta Knight players, is because a lot of people think Meta Knight's cool. A lot of people look at the character and think he's really a sick character, but a lot of them drop him early because they haven't mastered his combos, and if you haven't mastered mastered his combos, he kind of relies on them to get results. So people don't see early results and they fall off and switch characters.
Another con about Meta Knight would be Meta Knight is a swordsman. He has a sword, though he does not have the range.
Sometimes it's pretty pathetic, like you will see Jigglypuff stick out her legs and it will have more range than some of his moves. You will see Kirby's foot. You know what? I will give you footage right here. Look, Kirby's foot goes higher than Meta Knight jumping up with up smash.
How is Kirby?
It doesn't make any sense.
Meta Knight is one out of 82 characters to be the only ones that have this mechanic, with all of his specials putting him into freefall. That being, of course, his Mach Tornado, his Drill Rush, Dimensional Cape, Shuttle Loop, all of them making you fall to the ground, having nothing you could do afterwards you click them. Which some people can say, like, you know, it's a bad thing seeing as the only character he does it. But also the fact that with all of his moves, they're just usually combo enders, or they're just being used to do like major tests, like Dimensional Cape. After just speaking about all of his specials, does he really need it to get back to stage? Because his mobility is ass. I can't lie. His mobility is really bad, but the fact that he has multiple jumps does help him, but his mobility is just really bad. He cannot, like, if he was air to air with Jigglypuff, he would lose that interaction pretty much most of the time. Another big significant con that you would say about Meta Knight would be he's a lightweight. He dies very easily.
Actually, he's only 1 unit heavier than Kirby, which may surprise a lot of people who didn't know that, yeah, he's one of the lightest characters in this game. And it also confirms that his mass weighs 1 unit.
So what I'm hearing is Meta Knight, if he was just plainly naked, adding the helmet, the shoulder pads, the sword, the gauntlet on his hand, a unit.
Yes.
Meta Knight, why even have it? That's not gonna protect you in battle. Just, I can't with this. Meta Knight can kill you at 0. Meta Knight can kill you at 10. But if you're a high percentage, you basically fight Meta Knight without that much risk.
Yeah, Meta Knight can easily kill with F Smash. That move doesn't have risk, but if the opponent knows that he wants F Smash, they can just focus on avoiding F Smash. And now the character is forced to try to hit Dimensional Cape, Shuttle Loop, or back air. And that means the character can't really go for kills without risk unless they run into one of your F Smash.
So Meta Knight being a character that has no range has already been previously established, Meta Knight really does have a bad problem dealing with zoning, whether it be through projectiles, whether it be through other characters who just have bigger ranges, like Ike. And to finish off all the cons that we have for Meta Knight, we have by far the worst part of him, his standing grab. Oh my gosh, the amount of times I've whiffed this purely because I was only like an inch away from the person is ridiculous. The range shouldn't be like this. I'm touching the person, I am grabbing them, but no, because of the hitbox, I am not even close to them. His dash grab, I'll give it credit where credit is due, it's good, but if his standing grab could only get a little bit more range, I'll call it a positive. Meta Knight's versatility in the air and on the ground can lead to many combo starters. And with Meta Knight having such god tier aerials, it's only fair to really talk about them. So starting with neutral air, that one is like a combo starter and also a really good active hitbox.
You will see Meta Knight land a ton with this move after he notices the opponent whiff something under him, because he can use it in the air, the strong hit will dissipate, and then the late hit where he lands with, because it's super active, will punish them and combo into dash attack, which he obviously wants because he wants to kill you with his up air strings, which dash attack happens to lead into.
If you are in the middle of the game and you really want to take a stop really early and you see the fact that your opponent is jumping a lot, you're going to probably go under them, and once they're underneath you, you are going to be hitting them with the up air, the combo starter, combo extender, and oh sweetness, it leads them straight to the heavens. For up air is oftenly known as the combo king in Meta Knight's arsenal at least. But another area that you oftenly see being tied in with up air would be his down air. Very fast, you can do it at a shield, and also whenever you see it, it's usually in a bridge combo when you take it all the way to the side, and then you sayonara that sucker with another area. Most characters have a back air, but Meta Knight, nah, he has a good back air. He has a combo starter, taking your stock type of back air.
I hope most characters have a back air. Meta Knight back air is actually so insanely good. It is a strong move that is frame 7, so it's actually decently fast, and it's a multi-hit, so sometimes it can catch people who air dodge and whatnot, especially off stage when he's edge guarding. So giving a character with 6 jumps a move like this is kind of brutal, and it can still start combos at like 0%, just like Nair does. I do not know why they buffed that move. It did not need it.
Meta Knight is an aerial creature. Meta Knight is like a bird, a bat, a plane, always soaring in the air. Though most people could probably agree out of all of Meta Knight's aerials, his worst one would be forward air. But also, it's still a really good aerial. It has easy bridge ladder finishers and it makes really good distance.
Yeah, you can finish bridges and ladders with all sorts of aerials, but it's definitely the easiest in terms of simplest input that you can buffer out of like ladders and bridges. You can actually get like NATO and other strong moves, but the thing is those are usually slower and have less range, so it's harder to finish with a NATO unless they're in tumble percent. But you can finish with a fair pretty easily in most situations, and sometimes it can still steal the stock even though it's less powerful. Alright, I appreciate you letting me be on this video, and now for my outro, there's no clip of him literally leaving through like a black hole somewhere or something. Then you have to take the intro animation for Galactic and just reverse it.
Thank you very much, Shred, and you guys stay safe and peace.
Even if you never wanted clashes, he always went straight. They ain't never